Good evening, everyone. This is Dorothea from Airpost Creations 2021, and I'm running late again, but I'm here now. So I think we start right away, okay? Today is about Buddhism. I like to start with some history to give a better understanding what time Buddha became active on the world stage. It's during the Iron Age, which lasted from 600 to 300 BCE. And during this time, we also have Socrates and Plato becoming active in Greece. We do have Lao Tzu, Shuangzi, and Confucius in China. And so there was a lot going on regarding philosophy and religious movements at this time on different places in the world. Buddha and Heraclitus of Greece had the same worldview. There is constant change and nothing stays the same. Everything is constantly moving, changing, and they both had the same worldview in that sense. Siddhartha Gautama is born 563 BCE into a warrior caste called Kshatriya, the son of an aristocratic Hindu chieftain of the second or warrior caste. The young Gautama was raised in princely luxury and splendor, protected within his 3 palaces. One palace was for the cold season, one palace was for the hot season, and one for the season of rain. Buddha is born in the month of May during a full moon in a park called Lumbini. Buddha comes from Kapilavastu, Nepal-Indian border. Buddha started his quest for enlightenment at the age of 29, where he went into a cave named Uruvala. For 6 years, he stayed in that cave, and at the age of 35, he came out, was sitting under a pipal tree, which is a fig tree, where he finds finally great enlightenment. After Siddhartha had reached his enlightenment, becoming Buddha, he now has the title Enlightened One. He is also now Tathagata, meaning the truth finder, and Sakyama Muni, meaning sage of the Sakya. The ethics in India civilization are shared by both Hinduism and Buddhism, and these are respect for all forms of life, a sense of ascetic life, emphasis on attaining merit, practical life with a person's place in life. Buddhist teaching aims at detachment from things. The spiritual goal of Buddhist teaching is to achieve enlightenment. Such permanent state leads to nirvana. Buddhism was supported by kings and merchants at the time, and it starts in the region and plains of the river Ganges, Banaras, and Pataliputra. In Buddhism, there are 4 passing sides. They are called 1, old man, 2, sick men, 3 dead men, and 4 men with shaven head wearing a saffron robe. There are also 4 noble truths of the middle path of Buddhism. And one of them is suffering is universal. 2 is the cause of suffering is craving or desire. 3, the cure for suffering is elimination of such cravings. And 4 is the way to eliminate craving is to follow the middle way, a technique which embodies the noble Eightfold path. And this path, the noble Eightfold path, starts with 1, right knowledge, 2, right intention, 3, right speech, 4, right conduct, 5, right means of livelihood, 6, right effort, 7, right mindfulness, and 8, right concentration. For Buddhists, the practices of self-discipline lead to a life of good works and inner peace. Right speech and right conduct are spelled out in a practical code of conduct known as the 5 Precepts. The 5 Precepts are: 1, abstain from taking of life. 2, abstain from the taking of what is not given. 3, abstain from all illegal sexual pleasures. 4, abstain from lying. 5, abstain from the consumption of intoxication which tend to cloud the mind. The Buddhist who has finally achieved enlightenment reaches a permanent state called nirvana. To achieve nirvana, is the spiritual goal. This nirvana could be described as impersonal, ultimate reality. Buddhist doctrines began as a revolt by Siddhartha Gautama against the orthodox Hinduism, although Buddhism to this day derives some of its doctrines from Hindu concepts. I think it's important to note that Siddhartha Gautama was born in Hindu belief because his parents were Hindus, but he later didn't like it for the orthodox ways of doing things, so he did search for his own or seek his own ways in life. Okay. One such concept shared by Buddhists and Hindus is that of endless cycles of the universe. Both share the same concept of death, Hinduism and Buddhism, and a huge fire destroys all life at the end of each cosmic cycle. Then a flood puts the fire out so that later new life resumes. The following account of the Earth's restoration after the last cosmic cycle is attributed to Gautama himself. Reincarnation, the belief that all living beings undergo cycles of birth and death, was a Hindu doctrine taken over by Buddha, but he needed to modify it to fit other aspects of his teaching. He believed that at death the soul passes into another body, usually a human body, but sometimes it can also be an animal. Many of the tales handed down about Buddha's 80 years on earth are a blend of history and myth. The following selection, however, was told by Buddha himself and has a ring of personal experience. Buddha's father, trying to hide the woes and injustices of the world from his beloved son, built special gardens and palaces to shelter him from all sorrow. But nevertheless, Buddha had all the opportunities for sensual pleasures. He decided to seek another way by becoming this spiritual being and the founder of Buddhism. There is a Buddhist scripture called Anguttara Nikaya. In that scripture, we learn about Buddha's conversion. And there we can read, "I was tenderly cared for, brethren, at my father's home. Lotus pools were made for me, in one place for the blue lotus flower, in one place for the white lotus flower, and in one place for the red lotus flower, blossoming for my sake. Day and night a white umbrella was held over me, so that I might not be troubled by cold, by heat, dust, chaff, or dew. Endowed, brethren, with such wealth, being nurtured with such delicacy, there came this thought: verily, the unenlightened, worldly subject to old age, without escape from old age, when he sees another grown old, is oppressed, beset, and sickened. I too am subject to old age, and cannot escape it. While I thought this, brethren, all pride of youth left me. Verily, the unenlightened worldling, subject to sickness, without escape from sickness, when he sees another sick, is oppressed, beset, and sickened. I too am subject to sickness and cannot escape it. While I thought this, brethren, all pride in health left me. Verily, the unenlightened worldling, subject to death, without escape from it, when he sees another dead, is oppressed, beset, and sickened. I too am subject to death and cannot escape it. While I thought this, brethren, all pride in life left me. After having attained enlightenment, Buddha was strongly tempted to keep his illumination to himself and remain in the nirvana he had attained. But after some inner argument, he decided to tell others, hoping that his great discovery could guide others to happiness. For 45 years, he traveled through India, teaching, preaching, and gathering many followers. At the age of 80, he died in the arms of his beloved relative and disciple Ananda. So, that was a short introduction. The next time I go deeper into the Buddhism, also in the Buddhism of other regions. We will learn about Tibet and about Dalai Lama a little bit and things like that. Okay, so I hope that today this short introduction was a little bit interesting to all of you, and next time we go deeper into the subject. Okay, so thank you, and I hope you all have a good evening. Well, it's evening here, maybe someplace else it's not. Okay, thank you a lot for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm back on Saturday. Bye bye.